All right. So, so where we last left off, you had just gone through the tarot reading at the tavern, which name I've forgotten. And Solandra was like, "Oh fuck! Everybody wake up! We gotta get out of here."
Yep.
And I was mentioning to Cap that he had realized a lot of things about the fearful symmetry.
I had. And I have notes somewhere.
Oh, yes. Yes. Feed me notes. Push them into my gob.
They may just be the name of the stupid inn.
But my awaiting maw.
Oh, right. I did find them. There we go. Well, if I could grab the correct amount of text, that would be great.
That'd be most ideal.
Here you go. Open your mouth.
Ah.
Oh, that completely ruined the formatting. Hold on.
Oh.
Makes
oh no.
it unreadable.
Cap, your aesthetics. They're being compromised.
No, it just made it really hard to read. I'm trying to help you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
What can you say except you're welcome?
For all of the shit that I do.
There we go.
Do do do.
Hey, Cap.
Copying the text.
Cap.
What?
According to BuzzFeed, the national holiday that falls on our birthday is Kiss a Ginger Day.
Which one is this?
A BuzzFeed quiz. That's our birthday.
Oh, that's good.
Kiss a Ginger Day.
Well, does it still count if I have frosted tips right now?
It does count. I'm counting.
I say it counts.
Thanks.
And I'm the GM here, so what I say at this table counts for more than anything.
Thank goodness one of us can make decisions.
I'm a politician. I can't make decisions. All right.
I have 9 intelligence. I can't make decisions.
I mean, you can, but maybe we shouldn't listen to them. I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, but so yes, you all were sleeping. Actually, I don't know if you guys had gotten to sleep or
not quite yet.
Just right. So like, you guys are drinking, you're having a good time. You get the tarot reading. You're all thinking about that, and Solandra's like, "We need to leave."
I think Clem had gone up to bed. She was sleepy.
That's fair.
Yeah, I believe that the idea was that Solandra was kind of in a state after the reading, so it was more like before settling down to sleep, she got that. Right or wrong, it's still right.
Right. I'm not saying whether you're correct or you're incorrect, because I am the kind of deliberately malicious asshole who would blow up another city.
Yep.
So best to eliminate that from a possibility at all and get the fuck out.
Yep.
And you know where the meeting will be, so you don't need to be there.
Just the risk of them. Just there being a risk that our being here will result in the city getting fucking destroyed is enough for us to get the fuck out of the city.
You make an unfortunately good point. All right, then. I'll go get Clementine.
Okay.
Clem? Coming in.
Uh-huh.
Hope he didn't lock the door.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
Solandra made a pretty good point. We probably shouldn't be staying in town.
Why not?
He looks at you kind of forlorn, and his gaze drops to the floor. Just in case we have anyone watching us.
Oh, shit, good point.
We wouldn't want this place to end up like Armstrong.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
Shit. Okay.
If you keep picking at that scab, it's never gonna heal.
Maybe it shouldn't.
Ooh!
Oh.
That's my secret. I'm always guilty.
Well, those of us who grew up Catholic come by it naturally.
Jewish!
Hey-o.
Which is more guilty?
About to say, that Jewish guilt is also very strong.
I think it's a slightly different flavor of guilt.
It is, yeah.
Guilt is like juice. There's 1,000 flavors.
Hmm.
And I'm going to try them all.
Alright, let's head out of town. Jeez. Hold, are you just exhausted from our day-to-day?
Yes. Am I?
I don't know. Are you? Give me a constitution roll with all of your appropriate... I don't have to...
I rolled a
sleep
natural
bonuses.
20, so 25.
This whole not having to sleep thing, quite frankly, sometimes, most of the time, you're pretty glad about it, but I think it's been 3 days at this point.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like a little, like, like...
I'm a little concerned.
Right, there is concern. It's probably undue, because if you needed to sleep, you'd be tired, right?
Right.
But, like, it has been a while, and just the sheer strangeness of it will catch you a scare.
It's a problem for future.
Have you noticed that Hellbred Holt's dice karma is completely and absolutely different than pre-Hellbred Holt's dice karma?
That's
Yes.
a really good point.
I mean, essentially, you started rolling completely differently after it happened.
Did you get a different set of dice?
No, I've been using the same dice the whole campaign. I've never even swapped d20s,
Huh.
even when it sucks.
Yeah.
This was the experiment.
I use the same dice for Temujin and Salandra, and they roll completely differently.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
I just tend to roll poorly for pretty much every character, except Belinda usually rolls okay.
Yeah, Belinda's rolls come in pretty clutch. If I do say so myself. I still have a paladin because of you. Anyway.
Heyo.
Solandra's pretty antsy, so just grab your stuff and put it in the bag of holding for now.
Okay,
There's room.
thanks. I had fun with you today, Holt.
Yeah, me too. That was something, huh?
Yeah. Alright, we should get a move on.
I hope she teleports us somewhere decent. I really don't feel like walking right now.
Oh, me neither.
I'll carry you.
Oh, thanks.
Clem, how much do you weigh? Like 20 pounds?
I
Probably
think,
something more like 50 something.
yeah, I think she weighs like 40 pounds.
So basically nothing.
Yeah, let me just add a quick 40 pounds to my carry weight.
She's like a small, sleepy nothing.
I'm still in light load.
Yeah, just shove her into the bag.
Hey, there's an
Oh,
hour of air.
there's no air in there.
There's an hour of air in there.
That's good to know.
Is there less air, or will the air last longer if I'm asleep and not breathing this heavily?
I'm gonna say no because I'm not doing that math. I'm not doing fucking calculus for you, Clem.
Do extra calculus because as a halfling she also has lesser lung
Don't
capacity
you
than.
fucking start with me! I was
If you
gonna
leave the
say-
bag open, does the air flow naturally?
No, you can't leave a bag of holding open. You can hold it open, but you can't leave it open.
Oh.
And like, I've just for the sake of my own personal canon, like anything you have that tries to hold it open, like eventually the bag's closing force will overcome it. So like,
Succumbs to the extra dimensional drawstring.
right,
So
like
just out of curiosity, what do you imagine bags of holding looking like?
oh, I imagine it's always like it's sort of like a
Really,
sea...
really plain.
Oh,
Go ahead.
In my universe, it's like a sea of curtains. Like you're just constantly surrounded by a suffocatingly close brown sack.
No, but I mean on the outside, it's just a sack.
Oh, on the outside, yeah, it's just a sack.
Okay. Just curious if it was like a satchel or, like a duffel bag.
No, it's a little bit bigger. Like you can put it on a belt if you're really feeling froggy, but you probably keep it in another backpack because it weighs 20 goddamn pounds despite its rather small size. But like you can open it up to be really big. The hard part comes when you're fishing around in there trying to find something you're looking for.
I have the Heward's satchel, so that one is really easy. You just sort of stick your hand in and get whatever you want.
Exactly. Potion,
But it's small.
Got it. Grenade, got it. Thunderstone, boom, right here.
But doesn't carry nearly as much.
No. But I mean, like, did you really need all that shit? Yes, I
Yep.
need it. I need 800 pounds of ball bearings. And a spare battering ram.
That would have come in handy against Connor.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, he might have just flattened the ball bearings.
He might weigh too much. How much does an adamantium golem weigh?
A lot.
Many tons.
Oh, come on. Don't be a sourpuss. It only weighs 4,000 pounds.
Good lord.
Oh, it's more. Well, never mind. It weighs more than that. That's just as much adamantium is used in its construction. So it weighs approximately a lot.
Roughly a big amount.
Roughly a biggin. Some poor crazy bastard spent 600,000 gold pieces constructing him. Not to mention whatever equipment is responsible for keeping him... Like, whatever equipment is responsible for making him sentient. That poor gnome. I'm gonna live forever! Oh, fuck, this didn't work.
Let's not think about it.
I'm gonna live
Alright,
forever.
shall
This
we?
was the worst idea I've ever had.
Well, he was desperate. You know how people get when they don't want to die.
Yep.
Can't relate.
Can't relate. Anyway, now that we're done getting dark with it, so you guys get outside the tavern. Solandra, you're there waiting for them. You're gonna teleport them? You're just gonna walk out? What do you have in mind?
Well, I guess we should figure out what time is it now?
It's late. It's approximately dark 30.
Shit.
Do you have a place in mind?
Well, the only place we know that's pretty significant against divination is Marduk City, but I can't teleport directly there. It's too same reason it's protected against divination makes it also pretty fucking teleport impermeable. That's my recollection. Ronald, is that correct?
Yeah, teleporting through open air is like what teleport is made for. Teleporting through solid earth is trickier.
And the risks get a little bit bigger when you're doing it too. You might accidentally
Like
Well,
if you roll a similar location, you might get shunted into Earth and take over like 1,000 d6 damage, reaching an open space, which might be locked off and have no air in it and cause you to suffocate. And just how about we not? How about we not leave the continuation of this game to the roll of the dice?
Well, the other place that we divination doesn't work very well is in the wilds. I can't reach it, but Clem, you could.
That's true.
And there are plenty of fucking trees here. I mean, look at that one over there. It's a house too, or maybe a public restroom.
It is, yeah, it is both of those.
Yeah, I mean, if the wilds sound good to all of you, we can go there right now.
There is one thing I would like to do here. It might be too late to be able to accomplish it, though. Hey, you. Since you've been omnipresent today, do you think any of your people in this place would have a line on artifacts we talked about?
To whom are you speaking?
Who else has been omnipresent today?
I have no recollection.
Kira. Kira's been up my ass all day.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was 3 weeks ago. To what artifacts are you specifically referring?
One of her artifacts. If you recall, there's something I can do with them.
I don't recall.
Grub.
Oh, right. Fix his broken skull. Right. Which artifacts did I stipulate? There was the mirror, of course.
Yeah, I can't really use that.
No, I mean you could, but like
cards.
Right.
There were cards.
She had her own deck of cards, and there was one more. But I don't remember what it was.
Let me see. I think you texted it to me.
Almost certainly. Wait.
Healing cripples beggars.
No, I can't find anything specifically. While you look that up, Clem, what are you using to transport? Tree stride?
Yes.
Oh boy, who's ready to go through the treeverse?
Me. I'm not happy about it.
All right, kids, everyone hold hands.
Oh, Weiskin, I do have one other thought. I look over at Holt.
Mm-hmm.
We're the guys over in Janarm are Marduk worshippers, and we're not strong on the Marduk side. We do have. I look over at his bag. We do have those, but we don't want to bring them out on this plane of existence. But it occurs to me that we know someone who might be a big help in these negotiations, as a, sort of as an arbiter. I think Bowman would be fucking useful as hell as someone who would probably be regarded as a good neutral party, and who would make the Janarmians a little bit less freaked out.
That's a really good idea.
That's not a bad idea. He is a little busy, but he might be willing to make time for you.
Especially since transport's that big an issue.
So, what do you think? Do you think it's worth our time?
I think so.
Okay.
Considering we can't stay here anyway, we might as well go and ask. And
Yeah,
see what's...
I think we'll increase our odds of having this be successful if we can have someone who is who can be a moderator. I mean, I can help out with that too, since I've got I have the Kira thing, which will make these people happy. But we don't have a Marduk Scion anymore, so.
Yeah.
And I think having the protection of Marduk on it, if we could invoke the protection of Marduk and the protection of Kira for these, negotiations, it might be nauseating. I mean, it might be effective.
I see what you're trying to say. You want it to balance out effectively.
Yeah. If we just say Kira, even though everyone knows fucking Kira is a fairly straight arrow, we just say Kira, the Janarmians are not going to, because they like order. So if we have a sort of opposing force, it might work. Or not opposing, but husband and wife, yeah, opposing. That fits.
I would have said balancing, but
yeah, same thing.
Opposed, balanced. It's just a matter of degree. Call it a cure. The rabble doesn't know the difference.
Don't steal my quote.
I'm stealing it. I'm sorry.
You could have used such better context. If you're gonna steal my quote, use it well.
Oh my goodness.
This is a quote from what?
From me.
Yeah, one of Cap's favorite characters.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway.
I was gonna attribute credit.
Okay.
Harsh.
You better link to my Patreon in your video description.
Oh! Send me a link.
I don't have one.
You piece of shit. So Clem, are you gonna take them to the wilds or to Wind City?
To Wind City.
To Wind City.
Hey, I wonder if there are any Wind City. Oh. Yeah.
Oh wait. Yeah.
Oh wait.
No, it's Clem grew a fucking forest there the last time we were there.
You poop yourself out in a nice garden.
Plop.
This is really beautiful, actually.
Located very near to the Holy Guard barracks.
I'm glad everything is still growing well.
You don't want to stay here too long either.
About to say, at this point, you're the closest to your enemy that you have been in a very long time.
I pluck a vegetable from nearby and start munching on it.
You grab a pepper. It's delicious.
I offer a bite. To
Fuck!
hold Orsalandra.
Awesome! It's a coffee bush!
Don't just eat the beans, they're really bitter.
Oh, I'm not gonna eat.
I'm not gonna eat it. I'm just gonna keep some. Do I have a picture of Bowman?
You do!
Hey.
I have it somewhere. But you should look too.
Right.
Let's see who finds it first.
Some cannabis over there.
Ooh, good find.
Figures.
His shield is the size of a dinner plate.
Clementine grows all the plants in the world except tobacco.
It doesn't grow well here. It's the wrong climate.
That's an orange tree.
I think this is what we had for him.
Hello? Yes, it is.
Sounds good. So that is the man you are looking for, but it is dark and nearly everyone is asleep. I mean, there are a couple of guards on the grounds. But I'm sorry, guys. You guys are famous, so they recognize you.
It's fine.
Like, if you were anyone else, it'd be like, what are you doing in our gardens? But it's like, oh, hey guys, what the fuck are you doing here?
And also hoping that shit's not about to suddenly get real.
Right.
It seems to happen when we're around.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's these guys. But yeah, some half-elven night guard with a pike and some light armor. It's just like, oh hey guys, what's up?
Sorry to barge in. It's very urgent that we speak to Commander Bowman.
Oh, I'll wake him. Follow
Thank
me.
you.
He leads you to Bowman's chambers. Holt, you've been here many times. Sometimes for disciplinary reasons, sometimes for non-disciplinary reasons. Bowman likes to keep an open calendar, but opening a calendar just means the inevitability that it will be shut again. Poor Bowman, like,
He can't catch a break.
He's gonna die at 50 of stress. Which is like 4 years away.
Like any good paladin.
Like any good paladin.
No, paladins don't get to live long enough to die of stress.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's fair. There will come up
Don't at me like this.
There will come a
Jesus.
point where he's like, I'm getting too old, I gotta go fight the dragon.
Yeah, I mean, a paladin that makes it 50 without dying in glorious battle, doing something wrong.
Why do you think I don't remember his goddamn name, the elven paladin that you sent off to die a glorious death? Why do you think he was so disappointed in himself?
Corgan?
No.
No!
Corgan's okay.
I don't
Okay.
remember his name.
I was like, oh, you mean the guy? Oh, all right, yeah.
The guy who delivered the message for Galather.
Right.
Yep.
Galather.
Jesus.
Hey, you want a glorious death? I just so happen to have one. Come on. Because I wanted to show off that there's a reason Galather doesn't live in the Elven City anymore. He's not allowed there. I'm silver-tongued and have very loose morals. You need to get out.
All right, so the items were the mirror, or wings,
Oh.
or the tarot cards.
I don't even know where the wings would be.
She said something about in the city or perhaps in the fortress.
Right.
If only you shared that information. I might be able to check for you.
But, so you come to Bowman's chambers. He's
I
he's a very large man. He's not a young man anymore, and he's very asleep. And the Night's Watchman gently prods him with the stick end of his pike. And like Bowman wakes up and rolls over, and he's just like, "Good evening," and the guard corrects, "Morning, sir." And he sighs again and just says, "Morning, then."
Sorry for the fucking short notice.
No,
Holt.
Evil never sleeps. Neither can I.
I look over at Holt, hopefully.
I sort of give you a little nod.
Good. All right, so we're actually trying to broker peace between. I'm blanking on the other.
Ankara and Janelle.
Between Ankara and Janelle. So we've actually managed to end the fucking crazy mass destruction effort that both cities were trying to do that would have laid waste to District 5.
Maybe we should have opened with that.
Yeah.
At which point he gawks and just says, "Crazy mass what?"
We'll explain to him. We'll take a few minutes to explain exactly what was going on.
Technological weapon of mass destruction, magic weapon of mass destruction, two of them
Meeting in the
middle.
Uh,
Trying to rip open the planes.
So he's got a little eyedropper of some like harsh red liquid that he like drops into his eyes, and when you start explaining the events, he drops a bit on his tongue as well, and just like his face turns very red. Holt, you recognize this as 5 alarm sauce.
Yeah.
When you can't keep your eyes open, you fucking drip this in your eyes and you will not be able to sleep. Physically impossible. Up for an hour or your money back. Because it's fucking 8 bazillion Scoville hot sauce.
Yeah, I see him put some of that in his mouth, and I just put a hand over mine in sympathy.
Probably wouldn't bother you much anymore.
Probably not, but the memory, you know?
It's the memory of it, because we've all been there. It's just like,
yeah,
all right,
the memory.
My watch
I
is
just
over.
kind of look down at my pepper and look back to Bowman. You're like,
If you just crush a ghost chili, like, the cool thing about, I don't think ghost chilies like go bad, because I don't think like bacteria can.
I don't think they
survive
can.
in them. So like, that 5 alarm sauce, that's good forever.
one of my friends had a ghost pepper and he had a seizure.
That's not for eating. Don't eat them. They're for sauces.
I've had ghost pepper flavored potato chips. They were yummy.
You're a crazy person.
It's potato chips with jalapeno, habanero, ghost pepper. My favorite.
Yeah, that's good. You're not eating a whole goddamn ghost pepper.
Nope.
Raw.
Like, you're supposed to add a couple drops to like an entire pot of chili for flavor.
That person, Cap, was Josh, my boss from Storyland.
Oh, the guy who spoke German?
Yeah.
Is he alive?
He is alive.
Shocking everyone.
Good for him. Fuck.
So, Bowman, all spiced up, looks at you and just says, "Alright, how do I play into this? What do you need me for?"
Alright, so basically, you know that Ankara has this connection to Marduk.
You know.
We have a little bit of a Kira connection. It seems like the two cities can't fucking stand each other, and that Kira is not very popular in Ankara. So what we were thinking is that having a impartial third-party moderator who was someone who the folks from Ankara would trust in the same way the folks from Janam might trust me, if they knew who I am, which they don't really yet, but we'll figure that. We'll burn that bridge when we can. So, the person who came to mind was, guess who?
He gestures to himself. I assume me.
Yeah.
We know you're fucking busy, but this is fucking insanely important. If we can hammer out a peace between these two cities and have whatever the hell they're doing stop before they accidentally destroy the world. And I'm not kidding. That is a possibility with the fucking stuff that they're playing around with.
It might blow up the planet. Probably not, but, you know, it's none of my business.
Let's not
It was
risk
some
it
of the
before.
worst magic I've ever seen.
At the very least, at the point when we encountered it, it was around a week away from ripping a hole through dimensions that would have destroyed District 5 pretty thoroughly and unleashed a horde of undead and elementals and fiends. Fun stuff. And it would have made the Dragon Emperor's job a hell of a lot easier. So if we can get these people to just be able to work together and actually focus on maybe participating in the fight, then it's they stop being a second chest wound, and they start being something that can help us. So we know it's not the first thing on your mind, but hopefully it will not take a lot of your. And we think it could make a difference. Plus, there's one other thing. We can't show it to you here, but Holt, can I borrow your bag for a second?
Yeah.
All right.
Hand over the bag of holding.
I take both. I hold my hand up to.
He takes your hand.
All right. I take his hand and I reach into the bag, and I feel for one of the swords.
Oh. Oh my. It takes you a while of rummaging around, but he digs around in there, and like you help him, you lead him to the hilt, and like there's a look of like perplexment on his face. It's just like, oh, okay, so it's a sword, and like he goes to take it out of the bag.
No.
And when he sees what is before him, like his eyes go wide and his mouth goes agape, and it's just like
I don't let him take it out of the bag.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. So he's reaching around in the bag, and he's like, so there's a sword in the bag?
You don't feel anything unusual with the sword?
It's a powerful sword. I feel some powerful magic on it, but he traces his hands around like the hand guard, the cross guard, and up and down the blade, and just comments, "It's a fine sword."
Indeed, it is. Hey, Clem.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make your? Do you have that? The one we're going to use for the negotiation?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
Which spell were you going to use?
The fairy ring retreat.
I mean, essentially, I don't want to like let these things out while on this plane.
Fair enough.
I was assuming that you something just by touching it, but
I'm not really sure how these work.
About to say, unfortunately, like, there are no clearly identifying marks on Marduk's blades that he would be able to recognize and feel, because they're just like made out of energy, and you can't feel that. You can only see it, because if you touch it, it feels like steel. It feels like there's something there. But when you look I
don't suppose you have a heavily
what?
Shielded room.
From scrying.
Not particularly.
Okay.
It is protected, but not.
Yeah. There's someone who shouldn't be, who's channeling Marduk's powers. And we don't really want what's in here to come out while she's around.
I understand.
Have we told you about that?
I don't think you did.
Mention.
Yes, like he did. He's like, I don't think you explained it fully. You mentioned something.
There are. What should we call them? Shadows?
Counterparts?
Ooh, I like Shadow Scion.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there are people who seem like they're able to channel God by acting in opposition to the established of entity. So the things that makes it's acting almost opposite, but while still saying the same ballpark. I don't know if that.
He starts humdrumming the theological implications around in his head, and just says, "I guess it would be possible to bend the rules so far that you barely recognize how you got there."
It's sort of maybe the dark flip side, the other side, that it's not something as clear as, say, honor and dishonor. It's a little bit more subtle than that.
It's honor and twisted honor, like a dark loyalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loyal
Basically.
to something that's completely wrong.
Honor with no.
Right. Like, if I had remained loyal to Dugan despite the dark deeds he was committing, I would be, finger quotes, honorable, but... And then he shrugs as if to express, that's not honor. That's bootlicking. That's not okay. You don't have to obey your superior when he's being a cunt.
I would
Exactly.
argue that integrity is a superior term, but Holt and I have had this before.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, I said I'm not a big fan of honor. I like integrity.
Honor's trash. Throw it out with the garbage.
Well, so we're dealing with that. They don't seem to be able to force of the god, from what we can tell, but they can do some pretty fucking tricks.
Interesting. So the last.
Well, could you tell? Did Daskia seem like melding with Gemma?
It was a meld, but it was a rough meld. Like, he did that.
It wasn't like anything I was doing.
Yeah, he did that my weapon hits really hard thing, but like, Holt, you were like breathing steam and growing horns, and like...
the line between us became so blurred we were like a fusion of each other. What Daskius was doing was entirely different.
Yeah, like...
It was more like stretching the power of his will to the limit.
Right, like, Holt became Gemma to some degree. Daskius put on a Gemma costume.
So, I have a theory in terms of why the creator left this loophole open. I suspect it's to put pressure on us, but that's
As if we needed more of that.
Well, I look at Holt. Bowman, can you excuse us?
He gestures to the door.
We'll excuse ourselves.
I look over at Holt. You know this much better than I do. Do we tell him what we...
Do we tell him what we are?
Well, I think he's figured that.
Yeah, I think he knows.
No.
I think
we learned
he's suspected.
At the tomb.
No. We don't.
Don't tell him that his god is a lie.
We tell him the artifacts that we found.
Okay. I'll go with you on that. I guess it doesn't make sense to break the fucking talent right before you need them.
You're right, it doesn't.
I hate being fucking dishonest about it.
It's not being dishonest. you can't simultaneously take away people's hope for things and then ask the impossible.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. The feeling that would be. Yeah. I don't like being the fucking person who keeps the heavy mystical secrets. I like everybody knowing. I always hated those characters who were the ones who just didn't tell you the shit that was going on because it was above your pay grade. So
I hated that too until we started to become that.
So this is not something I do easily. I don't like screwing with people.
If we do our jobs right.
I like screwing people, and I like, kind of screwing with people's mind, but I don't like not telling people who I like and trust information that is relevant to them.
It might be relevant, but is it useful? That's the next question. What good will come of disclosing this?
None that I know of. But it still makes me feel like...
I know, Sal. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, let's go back to asking this guy we're not being 100% honest with to do us a big favor.
Also, obviously, he's not wearing any armor. He's just in night clothes.
Right.
He looks like, even though like he's wearing like pajama pants and like a light shirt, he looks more naked than if he had been wearing nothing at all.
Bowman's way hotter.
I was wondering if Salandra would notice that.
If Salandra would notice what? Oh, right.
That Bowman's looking pretty attractive.
You can't.
Oh, she's noticing.
Put your finger on it.
There's something about it.
Did you get a haircut? To which Bowman would immediately respond, "No, I got them all cut."
I was just about to say that.
He's such a fucking dad.
This kills me.
I'm dying, Squirtle. Anyway, so he and Clem had just finished bringing up a topic, and he just looks to the two of you and says, "Are you prepared to continue?"
Yeah.
Yep. So what do you think?
I think I can help.
Do you need to bring any of your men, or is it something that
they won't be necessary? I should be able to handle this alone. Just head out for a few hours. Tell them that I'm deep in prayer, which I will be, and then just take me with you.
So the negotiations will be and we want to invoke the protection of both Kira and... By the way, have you heard from
Did you say Corrigan?
Yeah.
He's pushed the enemy back to their borders. The graveyard is secure once more, for the most part. But the dead are active. They're awake. But thankfully, considering generous funding and generous fundings, arms, and support, we've been able to push back the majority of their onslaught. But there are still some creatures that slip through, and there are darker creatures yet stirring.
And your daughter, Armstrong, everything's held up well there.
The situation isn't grim, nor are they thriving. They're still huddled in the mountains without a place to live, nor any possibility of escape, but they are comfortable in their isolation.
Clem, can you do anything? Make sure they have plenty of food.
Clem, you can't fix Frozen Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
I can't melt it.
You could, but Gaia would be very upset. No, mountains are supposed to be cold. It's the middle of autumn. At this point, like, they're hunting. They're hunting to survive. But like, hunter-gatherer society, like, they'll be able to survive, but they will not be able to thrive. They're not going anywhere, and they're not accomplishing anything.
Well, that sucks. All right. Well, I guess it's not a fire we know about just now.
But we will.
So many fucking fires.
Holt gives Bowman a look like just so guilty. Like he's, no matter how he has changed, this is still his commander.
Right.
That he's known since he like grew up here.
It doesn't matter, Holt. You never forget your papa.
Yeah.
So we have almost 2.5 days. Yeah. The diplomats will be. Should we just come and get you then?
That'd be a good idea. I can't go missing for 2 days, but I can go missing for a few hours.
All right.
If you really wanted a diplomat at the table, I'd suggest you track down my daughter. I'm not an arbiter.
Not sure how much.
What was that you cut out?
Not sure how much she likes it at this point.
Maybe you guys can keep your mouth shut this time.
Well, yeah, I think that Clementine didn't do anything.
No, she did. Sided
Clementine?
with Rivo. She sided with Rivo.
Yeah, we both sided with.
Yeah.
I was trying to show solidarity. I felt bad.
We're showing solidarity with our friend. My name is Ike. I fight for my friends.
I fight for the people who are going to cast Lesser Restoration on me, okay?
Hey-o.
Hey, I can do that.
You didn't seem to want to. Anyway.
Ooh.
Well, should we make another trip? I don't know of any trees.
You will not be able to find any trees.
Mm-hmm.
I also highly disrecommend like air walking there, wind walking.
We know that they have teleport sensors. I don't know how much range they might be close to Armstrong to sense them, and then maybe leading them to something else important.
I'm about to say they're in the mountains, and the dreadnought is in the graveyard. So if you try to teleport to those mountains, if that dreadnought has any of its sensors on, they're probably gonna pick you up.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Will they be able to do anything about it? Maybe, maybe not. Is that a risk you want to take? I'm not gonna tell you.
I will not take that risk.
No.
So resist teleport.
So the only Clem, unfortunately, this comes back to you. Could you find them divination and teleport to them? I mean, tree strike to them.
Yeah, if they've got a tree nearby, we can scry on them.
The mountains seem to have...
Mountains have what?
trees.
That is true.
All right.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
same question. Think it's worth it?
Well, I mean, we're running security for this mission. Whoops. Ah, that was tipped over my dice.
Right. I mean, we know the diplomats both their sides, but what's missing is a diplomat who is a neutral party, and who can kind of keep them from each other's, which I think is one of our biggest concerns here.
Exactly. There's no point to getting them together unless they're actually going to get something done.
Yeah. I mean, I can do a quickened wall of force between them at the drop of an eyelash, but that only solves part of
the best person you could get. Actually, everybody gives me a knowledge history roll.
You got it.
Okay. That'll be a 14 from me, Haas.
Plus 15.
A 22.
Ha! A 33.
You guys pull your heads together, and you're like, actually, Bowman's daughter would be a decent arbiter from a charisma standpoint. Like, she has enough like force of will and like force of personality to be like, no, you shut the fuck up, this person's talking, and shit like that. But what you really need is a historian, like someone who knows about all of the bad blood that's gone on between these people.
Well, I'm pretty decent.
What if we contacted Galather?
Galather would be a good choice from that perspective. If we have Bowman invoke Marduk's blessing, and then Galather as a party. Yeah. The thought went through my mind earlier.
I think that's our best bet.
Do I remember? Is he a historian? I know he's obviously got good diplomatic skills.
I mean,
All Holt knows is that he's really old.
He's not about to say he's not quite a historian, but he has the unique skill of having lived through all this shit.
Is there someone else who comes to mind?
I
mean, Aziz would be obvious. He
Aziz.
probably is the greatest scholar alive, but
That's true.
Air quotes.
Well, yeah, that's true. Fair point.
Connor could play arbiter for a day. Like,
What would he want?
I mean, that is.
If Connor showed up at a peace conference, parties involved would assume that we were trying to screw them, and it would result in an open war.
I mean, that's the beautiful thing about Connor. Like, he doesn't have to kill anyone to prove that he's not there to kill anyone. Like, he could just be like, okay, like, they could all just, like, throw all their guns and spells at him, and he could be like, are you done? Are you done now? Alright, cool. Are we here to talk, or are we here to fight?
I guess it depends on whether he's advantage to be able to trade independently with two hostile cities, where he has a more cornered market, or for trade to be going on between them, which has better long-term economic potential but less opportunity for exploitation.
You used a lot of big words just then.
Connor's a dick.
Okay.
That's true. When you write, you write.
So he's not as big a dick before. I mean, he was more of a raging asshole before. But he's still a dick, and he's still. We can't, we can't necessarily trust his self as being aligned with what we want, and self-interest motivates him, or at least interest of District 6.
Alternatively, like, the Hell Jungle has a lot of historians. Like, think about Badu. Like,
that's true.
Like, strangely enough, for whatever reason, like, a lot of people in the Hell Jungle hold to their history. Probably.
I just assumed just because Badu has a giant brain in the bag.
Well, I mean, it's also not all history is written down. It's just probably because, like, the Hell Jungle pushes you to your absolute limits, so you need to hold on to all those old histories. You need to hold on to all those old stories, because in them is the information you need to survive.
I think Galithar is a pretty sure thing. We have 3 days to do this, and what do you think? Should we go with the sure thing, or look around first?
Well, we've got plenty of time. I think Galithar he's the best of both. You know, he was there, and he's really charismatic.
Yep. I think it's a good choice.
Plus, he knows what we're doing, and he knows how important it is. Someone that we just met in the Hell Jungle, they may not.
Well, they would know how important it is.
Yeah, because they're going to be in the front.
Sorry, you guys are kind of famous. When you show up, you can kind of call some shots. Hey, weren't you there at the Battle of the Hell Temple? Yep, that was us. Oh.
Oh.
You have horns now, and your eyes are different colors. What do you need? Yeah, Galithar is a good bet. But of course, at that point, you're risking your own assets.
In Solandra's case, it's, wow, you still look like a teenage punk.
I think you're cuter, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
You got weird. Oh, and you got hot.
Blob sweat. Does that work on this server? It does not work on this server. Sadness.
I love blob sweat. That's one of my favorite emojis.
So good.
Is that the anime thing?
It's like a little like a bouncy ball making a oh my god face and sweating.
And like wiping its brow with a little handkerchief.
Oh, I thought it was the thing
in one of my other servers. We shortcut it to bacon because it looks like his little handkerchief is bacon.
I got you, Finn.
Thank you.
Thank you. There it is. There's blob sweat in all of its fucking delightful glory.
It looks like it's being licked.
It might be.
That might be what's causing it to perspire so heavily. Could somebody fetch me a fresh towel? Alright, so how are you going to get to Galithar?
We left the ship where we left it. I don't want to... I was about to say under Armstrong, but then it occurred to me we don't know we're not being observed. If I remember correctly, this is out of game. We left it in the tunnels that Holt and I had discovered underneath Armstrong.
Right, I think Clementine did some mojo and opened them up.
Yep.
Yeah, we made up a spell so I could hide the stuff.
I mean, like, you can cast, like, what, 8th level spells?
Yes.
You can dig pretty big holes.
Like, what's that line? In the game Lords of Magic, if you go to the Earth Mage's Tower, The Earth Mage there will welcome you with the line, "If you can't find the spell you're looking for, we can create one for you."
Excuse me, I can only cast 7 level spells right now.
That's fine. That's still an acceptably high spell level to make a giant hole. And those catacombs, they go pretty deep.
We're 15th level. You should be able to stay there.
Oh, yes I can. Sorry, I misread my chart. I can cast 2 8th level spells, actually.
Oh, lordy.
Yikes.
Next level, I can cast a 9th level spell.
No, I think that's at 17th.
Oh, no, we're 16th. That's right.
Yeah, I'm 16.
Then,
Yeah,
that goes up to 17. And, oh, lordy. Lordy, 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 lordy Lou.
Yeah, I don't get.
That's when shit starts getting crazy.
Elder Purple Worm.
Form of the Exotic Dragon 3.
Oh boy.
Death Clutch. You fucking
Summon Froghemoth.
Death Clutch just makes you fucking Kali Ma someone. You just fucking Kali Ma them.
Tsunami.
Yo, what's up? I'm gonna say that you need water to create a tsunami. But, like, you can create a tsunami out of what would normally be not enough water. Like,
Sea of Dust. Permanently drive water out of a region to create a desert.
fuck. Yep. That's a thing you can do. Shape change.
Elemental Swarm.
Because one elemental wasn't fucking enough. Clashing rocks? You just throw a bunch of rocks at someone?
For
No.
20d6 damage.
You actually summon giant rocks on either side of something and smash them together.
Oh.
Thump.
It's essentially like the, sort of head bonk, except instead of heads, it's giant rocks.
Well then. Oh, and you can cast it from fucking super far away. Just to be a total dick. Siege of Trees. The ants are going to war, motherfucker.
Excuse me, Siege of Trees greater. Huge and gargantuan trees can become arboreal catapults of the same size.
Oh, thanks. And of course, the ever-popular Storm of Vengeance, otherwise known as Fuck That City.
Yeah. I was looking at Storm of Vengeance spells that Clem will be able to cast, and it really does not stack up well against some of the. There's like a maelstrom or something. It's the one. It's like it summons 300-mile-an-hour.
Oh Jesus!
It's ridiculous. I mean, it is a race off the map. The amount of damage it does.
Oh, there it is, Maelstrom. Nope, that was something different.
Probably, I just remember thinking, oh, that is the most ridiculous fucking spell.
Fuck everything.
I mean, it's essentially you summon a city-sized tornado. It may be Cyclone.
I mean, Storm of Vengeance is only a 360-foot radius. Only.
Yep.
It's only 2 football fields around. Of just fucking laid to waste. Anyway, how are you guys getting to Galather?
I think that it would be worthwhile to try scrying him, because we're not exactly sure which way our crew went after we left them, if they stayed or not.
That's a good point.
That's fair.
And not to be a wimp or anything, but I'm almost tapped out. I'm gonna need some sleep before.
We do need to probably alert Alexander, because he may, if you start scrying, he may notice.
I mean, if you do, he'll realize that it's you.
That's true. He's noticed us several times.
He's noticed you. It's like a kid sneaking to the fridge to grab some snacks. Like, eventually you realize whether it's a kid going to grab some snacks or like someone coming to rob your house.
I was gonna say, when I was a kid, I always knew if it was my dad getting by how their footsteps sounded.
Like, he's caught you enough.
My mom's ankle pops every time she takes a step.
Like, he's caught you guys enough to figure out whether it's you. Not enough to be like, oh, I'll let this scrying go through, but enough to be like, oh, I won't render this mind asunder. Mind crush. Alexander has done some awful, terrible things in his dark and storied past. But that was literally hundreds of years ago.
Oh, I found the one I was interested in. Typhoon.
Oh, yep, that's the one.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Its radius is 1 mile per 5 levels.
Jesus. Seen in nature only once a century.
Sustained winds in excess of per hour in the entire area of the spell. It's treated as the conditions for a tornado with creatures up to gargantuan are getting thrown around.
Jesus. Huge creatures are blown away.
Vehicles, buildings, large plants, and prodigal creatures in the area take 8d6 damage every round, and the fucking thing lasts 10 minutes per level.
We built this city. We
So in other words,
this city.
Clementine could turn a 3-mile radius area into flat.
And there would be rubble.
There was a city, not anymore.
There was
It's flat.
a city. We remember it. We have memories of the city that once existed before Tiny Druid came to it. She called us heretics, and then there was no more. It's not Sodom and Gomorrah levels of destruction, but it's getting there. So where do you guys want to rest?
Same problem as before.
We can't stay here.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you could, but you shouldn't. We cannot open that door.
I could teleport us to the entrance to Marduk City. How long does it take to get down there?
Couple hours.
That's doable. I mean, you could also just, like, teleport anywhere in District 4. Like, fucking no one can find you there.
That's true.
There are approximately 6 zillion flop houses.
Kali.
And only one that matters.
Aw.
Oh, actually, there's also one that has a refuge built into it.
Yeah, like I said, it's the only one that matters.
Heyo.
Yep. Okay.
To the 9th and Hennepin?
To the
McCavity,
ninth and
McCavity, where the fuck are you?
around.
Meow.
Yeah. Oh, hey, buddy.
Well, get over here unless you want to.
He stands nearby to Clem.
I scoop him up and give him snuggles.
Okay, yep. And you poof into the 9th and Hennepin without issue. Do you poof inside or outside or somewhere around or right in her office?
Do not send your girlfriend into an early.
I think that there's a sort of secret passage, sort of where we kind of have the door to the mansion.
There's just a section of office that, like, if you looked at it through your peripheral vision, you would see a door, but if you looked at it, there'd be nothing there. And you can't teleport into a sanctum like that. You can only teleport to the door of it.
Yep, I know. I'll teleport to one of the alleys nearby.
Got it.
I'll use slumber, pissing against.
There's a displacement of ozone and a little, and you guys suddenly poof into existence. And as you go into the 9th and Hennepin, it's not a bopping night. It's not a busy night. It's above board. It's an above board kind of night.
It's like a Tuesday, so.
It's like a Tuesday. You know, not every night at the 9th and Hennepin is a fucking barn burner.
It's also like what, 3 a.m.
Right. There are,
if not later.
There are a lot of sleeping people. There are a lot of people who are being offered to their room, and then there are the occasional nocturnal creature who are just getting started. But those are few and far between. You know, there's like a half elf and like a goblin who are having a chat. No, it's not that goblin. And you know, they're doing their thing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, man, like I don't sleep." And the goblin is like, "I discovered this thing called coffee. I haven't slept in 8 days." And the elf is like, "Is that healthy?" And he's like, "I think so. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna die." And you go into Kali's office, and there's
I overhear. You know, I give the goblin a smile and a wink.
Like, there's a bizarre effect when he looks at you. Like, it's a cross between deja vu and slow motion. Like, he turns to you, and then there's like a ghost imprint of what he had been doing that happens again, slower, as he looks at you, and you're like, "Oh, gee, what the fuck did you do? What did you do to your coffee, you maniac?" There's 2 of you. It's like the second one is a step behind.
Interesting. I whip out the goggles and I do an analyze.
This goblin has fucked himself up something fierce. From a magical perspective, give me a spellcraft roll.
What is my spell? That's a 39.
He appears to be currently experiencing 4 lifetimes. So that's why he doesn't have to sleep. He just has other versions of him sleep for him.
What sort of fucking coffee did you have?
You get the distinct invention. You get the distinct impression it's not coffee. You don't know what it is, and you're pretty sure he's gonna die in a few years. Like, you've heard of burning your candle at both ends. He's burning his candle all over. He's just burning the whole fucking ball of wax.
He just slapped his candle in a wax melter and was like, "This works, right?"
He just took his candle, covered it in gasoline, lit it up, and said, "Yeah, this is fine. It's so bright."
Okay, so I go over to him, look at him. All right, so do you know what you're fucking doing?
What?
I mean, because if you're okay with committing suicide, that's cool. But if your object is to have a, to live more than like a year or two, well, we should probably stop what you're doing.
He just comments, "Hey man, everyone dies sooner or later, and like 8 years old is a great day to die."
It's your choice. I can fucking fix it. If you don't, then
Like, so the way this goblin lives his life, like, have you ever misplaced something and you don't know where you left it?
Yes.
This goblin
Many times.
This goblin never experiences that because another version of him has brought it to where it needs to be before he needs it. Like, he is perpetually in that state of, oh, hey, it's just the thing I was looking for.
Huh.
well, I walk away. I say, a candle that burns is twice as brightly, burns out pretty fucking fast.
You don't know what the fuck this goblin did, but you're pretty sure he fucked it up, and he's gonna die soon. But like, whatever, he doesn't seem to care. Then again, like, goblins don't live very long.
I know. I take some notes in terms of what would be needed to sort of replicate it.
You would need to fuck up a time spell. Like, there are plenty of. Oh, you think you know what he did? He, like, you know how haste doesn't stack with itself? He found a way to make it stack. It just does not have the desired result. Also, it kills you. Man, I remember in the 2nd edition days when haste added a year to your life.
Yep.
I mean, took a year away. You raised your age by 1.
I remember when you could have dragons as pets. You subdue them, and sort of, 2nd edition, 1st and 2nd edition, you could, essentially have dragons as your pets. And so you take a baby dragon, you cast haste on it every day for a year.
Oh my god.
And the dragon gets old fast.
And then you have a ancient dragon pet.
And like, because it's only a few years old, it has the body of an ancient dragon, but it's only like 2 years old, so you're still like Pop or Gram or whatever.
Yep.
Oh shit. Oh snap. 2nd edition was balanced, am I right?
It had so many holes.
You just gotta be willing to fucking pop them. Anyway, so you go into the office, and I mean, you get allowed into the office. I don't mean you just walk back there and there's no one stopping you from finding a sleeping collie. Like there's a doorman. Charlie is running the desk for the evening. The doorman gives you a nod halt. He's an ogre. He's a big boy. He's got a crossbow, and by crossbow I mean ballista. He doesn't have any ranks in engineering, siegecraft, but like whatever, it does like 2d10 damage. Like if you shoot them, they die.
Is he one of the ogres from the Chaos Forge?
No.
Okay. New face?
Sort of new. Like he runs security like on off days. It's a Tuesday.
Oh right, yeah.
He's just picking up a couple silver.
Yeah,
The thing
good for
about
him.
being an ogre in District 4 is at this point, like, you don't even have to hurt anybody. You just have to look imposing, which is like easy when you're 9 feet tall.
You just gotta be big. He can handle that.
Nah, the ogres from the Chaos Forge, those motherfuckers are crazy.
I was about to say, if Kali had hired one of them, we would have to have a talk.
We would have to have words. You're paying the goddamn... Don't pay the Duke for anything, because as soon as you start, you never stop. You'd sooner she go to the Street Queen, and that's like...
But the good thing is that I know that Kali has that much sense.
That's true.
It was just My first instinct.
Right, you're like, wait, one of those guys? No, he's a free ogre.
Good.
He's no thrash hole flailer. Man, you've seen the thrash hole. Just, oh god, you wish you could scrub that out. Of all
No,
the
that's
things,
never coming out.
Of all the things you remembered after your transformation, you still remember the thrash hole. Fuck.
You can't forget. You know, and now the regret comes, like, I could have washed away that memory with the bone-hurting juice. If only I had known.
You've never seen so much writhing ogre. Anyway.
Yoel sees this ogre and just sort of, like, stares into the middle distance.
You know, he opens the door, lets you go in. The fire is burning. Kali's asleep in her bed.
I'm going to go over, gently wake her with a kiss on the cheek.
She just, like, opens her eyes for a second. Sees
the
you.
dagger is... Sorry.
I would like her to try.
No, she recognizes your kiss.
Oh.
Surprise.
She points to your armor and just says, off. And then points to her bed and says, in.
I give a glance to... Did the others come in with me, or are they still fucking around?
I mean, they're in the office. Like, her bedroom is beyond her office.
Right.
Clem just kind of gave a little wave and just found one of the nice ladies of the night that worked there.
Oh, fantastic.
We should...
And was
should,
like, hey, I would just like a cuddle buddy for the night. I have gold.
Like,
Clem, weren't we going to sleep in the refuge so that we were not being guard on?
Yeah, but she can come too, right?
sadly, no. The refuge is secret.
Oh.
And you don't know whether she knows about it or not. And revealing it might be dangerous.
Oh.
You succeed on all of your wisdom rolls, because you have a wisdom of, like, what, 19?
18, yeah.
You figure it out.
Oh. Well, I guess we're not staying. Sorry, ma'am. Have a good night.
There are the invisible servants.
Yeah, but they're not cuddly.
They're not very cuddly. They provide a sense of having been cuddled, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
So the three of you guys chill out in your Mornkind's magnificent mansion. It's pretty cool, but, you know, being illusory sucks. Like, everything is, like, weird and blue and, like, a dotted line.
Why would I not invite Kali into her own refuge if I'm...
Fair enough. Like,
Thank you.
You're like, no, we have to go in the mansion. She's like, fine, carry me.
As you wish.
You carry your woman into the magnificent mansion. Everybody gets a good night's sleep.
Yes! Even me!
That being said, you wake up really late in the day. You went to bed at 3 in the morning, so, like, most of you wake up around noon.
Yeah, Solandra's up quite a bit earlier.
I have an excuse. I haven't slept in 3 days.
I'm just sleepy. It's sleepy bitch hours for Clementine.
Solandra, you wake up around the same time that Kali does, just because of how your sleep schedules fit together. There is some awkward breakfast banter.
Have you spent any...
I'm sorry, you cut out.
Oh, I say to Kali, have you spent any time in here yet?
A bit. I prefer my own bed. It's just more comfortable. I know where all the secret compartments and hidden weapons are.
Yeah, sorry. I kind of just designed it best I could.
No, I understand.
But not used to this type of structure. Yeah, spent most of my life in a little, well, broken down apartment couldn't be reached by stairs anymore.
I know a couple of people who do that around town.
So I never really. But it was interesting. Yeah, it wasn't so bad. Had a lot of books.
Oh, jeez. It took me a while to learn how to read. And then came numbers, and then came figures, and then came business, and then came success.
Well, that's one thing I remember that my mom taught. It's one of the few things. I think I don't even remember.
I'm sorry, you cut out again.
Oh, I don't even. Couldn't read.
Huh. I don't even remember my mother.
Yeah, well, mine wasn't exactly the greatest gift to motherhood.
She holds up a glass of orange juice, you hold up a mug of coffee, and she says, to motherhood.
Well, and then I say, and feeling you're going to do a better job than either of them did.
Thanks. I've just been a little worried. I find myself a bit flush lately. Like, almost feverish, but fine. None of the sluggishness or lethargy that goes along with that.
Kids with Holt are going to be different. I mean, I don't know when it happened. If it was before or after he changed. But, I mean, he is already different. You know that, right?
Oh. So should I, like, get a midwife and a priest or something?
Well, not big on the fucking. Midwife is a good idea.
Obviously.
But my guess is your biggest worry. A kid who's a bit fucking more of a kid normally is. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to be with horns and claws. I don't think. There's a moment of concern on Solandra's face, and then she's like, "No, it shouldn't."
It shouldn't have horns and claws. Well, probably no, definitely not.
But I bet it'll be a pretty special kid.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not really good at this whole reassurance thing. It's not my usual shtick.
I can tell.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time growing up in District 2, so essentially being nice was.
I know the feeling. But you've also spent more time around books than you've spent with people. And that, she says, pointing to brother.
He's a person.
He's a person, Solandra said, definitely not defensively. Brother said, I'm a person, definitely not defensively. But Solandra, you know, brother brother makes a poor substitute for, like, actual social interaction. Because, despite being a person, he is not people. Like, he's a great...
I'm growing up. It was really fucking...
I was desperate. I needed a friend. Brother is great for, like, debating. Not so great for, like, small talk.
He enjoys discussing good techniques for eviscerating someone. And that's fun.
Oh, really? Maybe he and I should compare notes.
I reach into my... Pull out a notebook. Oh, here.
That's not what I... Okay. At that point, she just leaves the room and goes to wake Colt up.
Something I said? Fuck.
Did I say something? Brother says, I don't see anything wrong.
Oh, 5 more minutes.
Halt. There are dreams.
Oh. What do we got?
You just spend, like, a solid 6 hours exploring hell. You know what? No. Let's make this even more fun.
Years. 6 years.
6 years. No. You spend 6 hours sitting at the border of the Stygian abyss deciding whether to go to the abyss or to hell. You're looking for something. You can't remember what it is. And you know that it's in one place or the other. But whichever one you go to, if it's not there, you'll have to go all the way back through to get to where you were to get to the other place. And you constantly spend your entire time arguing over whether it was put in the abyss or in hell.
Arguing with myself?
Yes. Meanwhile, the blood war has resumed, and, you know, legions of demons and devils are tearing each other apart, but none of them will approach you.
Fair enough. I'm just about to make my decision. And Kali wakes me up. God damn it.
Exactly. You're like, we have to decide. I'm not going to get anywhere unless I figure out where to go. And that means going... Ugh!
Oh.
But how did your mind know when the thunder was going to strike?
So good, right?
Thank you, Pidge.
You're welcome. Read those books. They'll blow your fucking mind.
I've seen the movie, but I should read the books.
You should read the books.
They are different beasts.
Which
John dies at the end.
And this book is filled with spiders. Seriously, don't open it. Is that what it's called?
There's also the third one called What the Hell Did I Just Read? That was pretty good. But
Pidge's standards are too high.
It wasn't... I didn't think it was as scary as this book is full of spiders. Seriously, dude, don't touch it.
Even the title.
Varna cuts deal with dragon. What the fuck are we thinking? Local Shadowrunner reports. It was like a nightmare, but I couldn't stop it. But yeah, Kali wakes you up and it's just like, Halt. Your elf friend has problems.
I was expecting a little more romantic thing to wake up to, but... Did she say something?
Yeah.
Kind of rubs his eyes.
I just started talking about the child, about the baby, and she started mentioning claws and horns, and then offered me a notebook on proper evisceration techniques.
Don't let it get to you. She's that way with everyone.
Oh, yeah, no, I get that, and that's kind of the problem.
Yeah.
she's dangerous, and I mean that in a good way, but it doesn't change the point.
You're right.
Dangerous doesn't mean evil. It just means dangerous.
She doesn't have the best bedside manner, I'd say.
Yeah.
She's learning.
Good.
But are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just feel feverish, sort of. But none of that sluggishness. I just feel hot.
I reached to put the back of my hand against her forehead because that's, human habit. And it's not like I'm going to be able to tell if she has a fever right now, but...
That's the thing. Like, you're like, no, you feel a little chilly to me. Wait.
But it's the gesture
that
counts.
Like, it's like you can't stop it. You're just like, oh, you have a fever? Let me check. Fuck. Wait. No, this is useless. Even with your 9 in intelligence, you succeed on the check, and you're just like, wait. No. Something doesn't add up. 2 + 2 = fish. You need to have Clementine or someone else check it out.
Yeah, I'd say that. Clementine will know what's going on, if anything, but I'm certain we're fine.
Holt and Slandra probably both have a negative.
A negative to what?
-1. Well, heal is based.
Right. Clementine, you are stirring from your empty slumber. I mean, like, you have some dreams, but like they don't matter. Like, you dream that you're at a carnival, but you're a kid, and you're hanging out with some other kids. But for whatever reason, Claire has a huge butt, and you're like, what? What? Claire, how'd your ass get so big? And she's like, what are you talking about? And you're like, no, seriously, like, it's huge. What happened to you? You really let yourself go. And then you just wake up. Like, nothing to report. It's just weird.
Typical.
Typical Claire.
Typical Claire. Goddamn bitch.
Morning, Holt.
Was she your first kiss? You can't remember. Anyway. But
that's weird.
As you wake up to meet the day, there's a knock on your door.
Come in.
So Kali comes in. And she's like,
oh, good morning, Kali.
Good morning, Clem. I assume your druids do midwife duties, right?
Mm-hmm.
About to say, Clem, you have...
For people and animals.
You're about to say, you have brought creatures into this world. How many ranks?
Most of them sheep. A couple of them people.
How many ranks do you have in heal?
So my total heal bonus is a 16. I have 9 ranks in heal.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you have overcome... Shit, I can't remember her name. It's no one you know. It was just a name I was gonna bring up. Whatever. You have overcome Granny Werther's skill. She was the midwife in your little halfling town. You know that ancient midwife.
But she taught me everything that I know.
Right. She's been doing it for 40 years. She knows everyone in town because she fucking helped them come into this world. And, in a world where there isn't a stigma around magic, midwives are just fucking A-okay.
Midwives are just kind of like local celebrities of the fact that they usually get a free drink when they go to the tavern. Because...
Damn straight. And Werther, she knows a little bit of magic. Just a little bit. Like, she can cast, like, 1 level 1 spell, but mostly a bunch of level 0s. But hey, level 0 spells, super useful when you're having a baby.
Exactly. Like, create water, very useful spell.
Turn the stove on. I got the water. Pop. Fucking got him.
We're ready, kids.
And anyway, Kali just asked, could you check me out?
I think Mage Hand would...
You are
Damn.
correct. Mage hand.
That's an extremely useful.
Super useful.
Oh, of course.
So, you check her out, and so like, she definitely feels feverish. If you had to put a number on it, you'd say 102.
That seems high, but you feel alright otherwise?
And she nods. She says, "Yeah, I feel great.
How much water are you drinking?
Normal amount. I've kicked the liquor.
Hey, well done!
I also haven't been smoking." And like, she takes on a manic expression, just like, "Oh God." As soon as she has this child, she's gonna like eat a pizza and smoke a fucking pack.
And I just kind of say to her tummy, she really cares about you.
And considering your exceptionally high level and the fact that you haven't like designated your spells, you can like spend a 4th level spell slot to be like, analyze this baby.
Ultrasound.
Can I make a guess?
You can absolutely make a guess.
My guess is that. Oh wait, that would make sense. You can't have a hellbred baby.
You cannot have a hellbred baby. That's
I was like,
not possible.
That would be why she's so toasty.
A hellbred is born of like a sin, a terrible crime, guilt,
Bad decision.
bad decision, a deal with the devil, like, and a baby
All
is
of the above.
all of the fuck it. I drink all of them. I drink all the juice. Like, Morpheus is like, red pill, blue pill, and you're like, fucking give me the candy, you fucking asshole.
Give me both.
Yeah, but Holt could very easily have it, even without the Hellbred, before the Hellbred thing.
That's true. So like, but like a baby is incapable of making those decisions, unless of course it's a super magic baby. But like,
Huh.
I believe that tieflings, by definition, dark planar magic.
that's true. But like super magic baby would be like whatever the hell Morrigan is going to give birth to from Dragon Age.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, like that baby could be like, "Nah, I'm gonna sell my soul to the devil," and you're like, and you know the devil would be like, "Baby, you're like negative 80 days old," and the baby would be like, "Fuck you, do you want it or not?" The devil would be like, "All right." Yeah, Clem, you're like, "No, that can't be a hellbred baby. C'est impossible."
That was my first guess.
But do you want to use a 4th level spell slot to cast Analyze Baby?
I sure do.
Sounds good. You analyze that baby. It is a tiefling.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It doesn't have any horns, but it does have hooves and a tail. It is a lady baby.
Kali, do you want to be surprised by your baby, or would you like to know some details?
Given the circumstances, I'd like some details, please.
So you're probably feverish because you're having a tiefling.
Oh. Okay.
No horns yet. I don't know if... I've never seen an infant tiefling. I don't know if the horns come later in life. But a tail and little hooves.
This baby is healthy as fuck.
Your baby's also extremely healthy. So, very good job.
Like, Clem, like, you're not a monster, but you're like, what are this baby's odds of survival? And you think just like, seriously, if I ripped this baby out of Kali and like had some other way to sustain this infant's like growth, this baby would survive. There's not a question. It's not a, oh, this baby might survive, or, oh, the odds are looking bad for this baby. Like, this baby has power.
And they're going to be very powerful. And they're already extremely healthy.
And she's like, okay, what do you mean by powerful?
Like, magically?
Okay. Alright. I'm going to have a magical child. Okay.
And now when I say healthy, I mean, like, uncanny in terms of how healthy this baby is. Like, I mean, I'm not saying, go back to drinking and smoking. I'm just saying if you did, it would probably be okay.
And she just thinks, I might have to. But like, your mind immediately goes to a worst case scenario. Like, Kali works in a dangerous business. She's got Charlie and she's got her guards, but like something could happen. Like, Kali could get shot and healed, and this baby would be like, "Mom, what the fuck happened? Turn the volume down." like thumping the attic with a fucking with a
broom.
Like, knock it off.
It occurs to me that for smoking might actually be beneficial. Nutritious, even.
Feed them smoke. But yeah, you get the distinct impression that that's what's raising her temperature. It's not bad. She might want to put a compress on every once in a while or find some way to cool down, because it will be bad for her in the long run, like in the very long run. Like, she might encounter liver or kidney problems later in life from having been so hot for so long.
You would probably be, it'd be a good idea if you kept your room maybe a little cooler. The baby is totally fine with it, but I imagine that, especially once little baby gets a little bigger, you are going to be fucking miserable. So, cooling down, great idea, won't hurt the baby any.
Got it. Thanks.
Do you want to know if you're having a boy or a girl, or do you want that to be?
I'm okay if that's a secret.
Okay. Well, congratulations on having a tiefling.
There is a look of worry on her face. Not like a, oh god, I'm giving birth to a monster, but like a, oh, I thought it was just gonna be like a human. I wasn't ready for this. There was a, oh, I'm having a kid. Alright, fine. That's a whole other set of problems for me to add to my life. Okay, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I got Charlie, I got Holt, I got my boys, I got my money, I got my girls. I can make this happen. Oh, it's a demon baby. Okay. Fuck.
Also, I don't know how you feel about singing to your baby, but once the feet start to develop and your baby starts kicking, that's gonna hurt like a bitch. So just think, relaxing thoughts to just kind of calm baby down.
Got it. About to say, most baby kicks are with, fleshy feet, not fucking hooves.
Have you ever wanted to know how a mother cow feels? Have a tiefling today.
Yeah, but they have reinforced.
But like, yeah, and I mean, like, having ASMR and tiefling children is like not unheard of. No one will lose their minds. They'll just be like, oh, okay, extra precautions need to be taken. Or like, all right, we're gonna have to be careful of the horns. Or like, we're gonna have to be careful of the hooves or the tail and all that shit.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take a little penknife to all the baby clothes and cut a little tail hole.
Right. I mean, for the most part, tiefling babies are more difficult to deliver than ASMR babies. Like, ASMR babies are like, in, out, done in 20 minutes. Tiefling babies are like, 18 hours, fucking blood all over the floor, like, just...
Because they're just extra as fuck, and they want to come into the world with drama.
They do.
I have like a weird magic dimension door. What would happen if you dimension doored a baby out of somebody?
Whoa! What the
magical C-section?
There's no reason to work. I mean, because you don't have to dimension door anyone you want to.
That would probably be too much shock for the baby.
As opposed to like getting squeezed through a tiny little passage.
I mean, there are definitely other spells that make things easier. I'm looking at you, Mage Hand. Have you ever just like not been able to get a good grip? Mage Hand, never get a bad grip again.
Well, and particularly if you're a breach baby, it'd be like, All right.
Exactly.
Let's remove that cord. Turn them around. Come on out.
Yeah. Like, mage hand. Super useful for having babies. And if you can create 2 mage hands, you're like, all right, I'm not even getting my hands dirty on this one.
Now you're just showing off.
Now you're just showing off.
So when Kali comes out of Clementine's room, the mansion's laid out is sort of as a villa. So it's like an open courtyard, sort of in the middle, with where the tables are laid out for the food. And so, as you know, I've spread out a bunch of books. I see Kali walk Clem's room. I say, Kali, did I ever show you the basement of this place?
No.
We have a basement?
Yeah.
Holt comes out.
Yeah, it may be relevant to your. Well, hey, let me show you. And I installed like essentially the equivalent of a Turkish bath down there. So
wow.
it has calorium, frigidarium, whole hot down there, sort of in between here. Fucking cold as hell here.
She is pleased.
Salandra, that's such a good idea.
Yeah, I thought I told you, but I was kind of was doing the design stuff. I might have forgotten.
Totally slipped your mind.
Everything all right, though? Looking to Clementine?
Actually, everything is a lot better than expected. Like, statistically, you are off the charts in terms of infant development and health.
Like, Clem, woe to the man who stabbed that baby. That baby would, like, clutch the wound and be like, you done fucked up.
Grab the knife, stab him back through the hole.
Hellish rebuke.
Anyway, y'all have breakfast. Where to now?
You prepare your scrying, Clementine?
We'll have to leave here.
Mm.
Yeah, I need some natural water. Not that your bath isn't wonderful, but definitely not natural.
We're not on the right plane of existence here, anyway.
Yeah.
That's also true. That's also true. So do you guys?
So I guess we'll emerge.
You guys head back out into the daylight.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie is having a productive transaction with someone. Nothing to report. Like, no, not even any fingers need to be broken.
Oh.
Just like I wanted to use the random racial chart, and I found. Oh no! I closed it. Opened.
Control Shift T.
Yeah. A half.
Hey, Kali.
Mm-hmm.
You know that goblin who your place at night has sort of like a little weird after image moving?
Not particularly. Why?
Oh, he's playing around with some pretty fucking crazy magic. So just yeah, I don't think he's gonna explode or anything, but it's a weird time effect. I would just keep my distance.
You probably won't explode. Well, probably not. A surly half orc, but I mean they all seem surly. With a kind of orangish hue to their skin, is just handing Charlie a bag of coin, and he opens it up and looks inside, and makes some notes in a ledger. And then you guys appear out of nowhere, and he sees you guys appear out of nowhere, and just like comes out of his desk and is just like, well, I'll see you out. You got your rent all paid up. Thank you very much. You know what? Let me get you a drink. You have been a great tenant. You deserve something.
I'm holding in laughter.
And, thanks to his quick thinking, the secret of the sanctum remains.
Should in the future.
Charlie. Good kid.
Praise Charlie. Well, I mean, he knows he's got a key, so he gets to go in case of emergency. Charlie gets to live.
Yes. He's earned it. And he continues to earn it.
Out of game, I keep thinking, should Charlie betray Kali? And I immediately think, no, why would he do that? Like, he has nothing to gain.
He has nothing to gain and everything to lose.
Right. Like, I have a hard time making greedy characters because in my mind, greed is, like, never a good justification for anything because, like, all it does is ruin your life. And I know characters should be too stupid to realize that, but I just can't bring myself as a human being to implement that in anything.
Fair enough.
You have to learn to channel the MAGA voice.
Oh, oof. I don't think that any of us can stoop that low, man. It's asking a lot.
Schrodinger's immigrant. Stealing your job, but too lazy to work.
All right. We should
find an outlet full of water to get to scrying.
Yep. Any place in District 4 where that...
Yes.
A well would probably do. There are a couple of springs. I mean, quote unquote.
There's the
springs.
river.
The river is also usable. Let me see if I can find a picture of the River Unk. Oh, snap! I found a decent image facsimile of the River Unk.
Would you look at that? Yeah. You never said it had to be clean. You just said it had to be natural.
That's true.
That's a good point. I mean, I should be able to see into it.
No,
she says, as like using her staff to kind of clear some trash away to make a little.
Yeah, like someone will have to keep it clear so that the image can be better.
Salandra prestidigitates.
You're gonna need more than prestidigitation to clean this.
I mean, I just need a fairly small area.
Mage hand might be more useful.
I don't have it.
Well, fuck.
Not a mega spell.
Funny. I mean, prestidigitate cleans the garbage, but it doesn't move the garbage. That garbage is now clean enough to eat off of. I don't recommend it.
Maybe we should find a way.
Holt, you go looking for a well?
Knowledge local?
Knowledge local. Give me a roll.
That will be a 22.
22. You find, you know of a well that's nearby. You're pretty sure you get cholera if you drink from it, but you're not drinking from it, right?
Right, we're just looking at it.
Exactly.
Intently.
So you guys go through the World Bazaar for a little while. Clementine, you see the well. That water is brown.
Lord.
It shouldn't be that brown.
Can I use Purify Food and Drink to...
You can!
Cool. Alright, Holt. How high up does the water come?
At this point, it comes up pretty high because no one's been drinking from it because it's fucking brown.
Okay, Holt. I'm gonna need you to hold my ankle.
Okay.
I mean, you don't need to go into the water to cast it.
Oh, you don't? I thought it was a touch spell.
No, it's a 10-foot spell.
Sweet.
And it targets 1 cubic foot per level of contaminated food and water.
Sweet.
So you cannot purify this well, but you can purify some of it.
I'll purify the top of it.
Well, why don't we just take in a bucket of...
Nah, it's gotta be from the source.
Yeah, it's gotta be from the source.
Pissing in a hole
Picky,
counts.
picky.
Pissing in a hole counts. Pissing in a bucket does not count. Just to be perfectly pedantic.
I cast Detect Magic when Clementine does it.
On the well?
No, on Clementine.
Oh,
Just in general. I'm observing Clementine's technique on the scry.
fair enough. So you check her out. You get to see all of her magical equipment.
I'll write a treatise on druidic magic.
Fair enough. Scrying is happening. It's way different than you scry. Like when she scries, she's like, oh, birds and the bees, and flowers and the fleas. Show me the things that I want to seize. Whereas normally you take a mirror and you're like, bitch, show me what I want.
Yeah, I don't do that.
You don't do that, but you understand the theory of it, which is basically telling the mirror, bitch, show me what I want.
Bitch is a very powerful part of the invocation of the magic. You can't leave it out.
You cannot leave it out. If you don't put that silver mirror in its place, it's just not going to do what you want.
But yes, it does seem genius, connecting to some sort of genius level.
That's true. All right. Before the scrying begins, I'm going to use the bathroom.
Okay.
Ugh. Stretching my back.
Colt. Yes, I had a really awkward conversation with breakfast. Sorry.
I heard.
Yeah.
That probably could have gotten better, friend.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
She wasn't mad. She was just worried that you were somehow. I don't know.
No, it's sometimes it's associated to being in this weird situation. Everybody's so immersed in all the magic, and she's so bystander.
I am back.
Akali doesn't know, or hasn't been exposed to the same sort of things that we have.
Yeah.
So it's all very scary, I think. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in conceptually.
Well, she seems... That's probably the most important.
Yeah.
At least mentally tough.
Oh, absolutely. And she could kill me if she wanted to. I think that's why I like her. One of the many reasons.
It's a good trait.
At this point, Holt, with your armor and your abilities, it'd be tough. But, like, if she's naked and you're naked, you're pretty sure she could actually kill you.
Let me just do my AC real quick and see if that's correct.
I don't think you have...
I mean, if I do stipulate you're naked and she's naked.
Yeah, I know. I'm taking that into account.
Okay.
Yeah, yep.
Like, if you guys were in a knife fight, like, you have a lot of hit points.
It would take a while.
It would take a while, but
But, like, I couldn't hurt her.
She is simply a better knife fighter. She's seen things, Holt. She's been through shit.
Yeah, if I wasn't wearing my armor, my shield, or my ring of protection, my AC would be 14.
Yeah.
So.
And, like, she's got class levels in Rogue.
Yeah.
She's got skills to pay the bills and stabs to kill some slabs. I'm sorry, to fill some slabs. There we go. Fucking got him.
Got him.
So, Clementine, you begin your scrying, and you immediately hear an Alexander-esque, oh, hello.
Hello, Alexander. How is everything?
Things are overall good. Some of Lobo's men have done a bit of wandering into the catacombs. They found some unruly undead, nothing they couldn't handle. Grub is doing well. A combination of electric shocks to the brain and lullabies keep him sedated when he needs to be. And Duskius led a disastrous expedition into the graveyard.
Good.
I don't know if they've realized the nature of our deception at this point. The Dreadnought's still in position. But,
excellent.
Yes, as near as we can tell, he and all of his major soldiers are safe, but he definitely limped back to the ship with fewer men than he had before.
Very good.
But, I assume you called for a reason?
Yes, we're going to be attempting to negotiate a peace in District 5.
Of course.
You know, just a regular Saturday equivalent.
Just having a normal one.
Just regular day. And we were wondering if, we thought Galather might be a good companion to bring along for his historical knowledge and just general likableness.
Sensible. He does have an air of authority about him. Oh shit,
Yeah.
I totally forgot the name of the bar that Rivo used to hang out at.
Oh fuck, me too.
Oh wait, no, wait.
Is it time for Cap to save my bacon again?
Always.
My bacon is crispy.
Oh shit, what was that? Alright, we're gonna do a little bit of...
We're gonna have to do some control find.
Because he called it something.
Right. I just can't remember its name.
The Raven and Ring?
No, that's different. That's the fighting club.
Yeah, that was from the story.
Gotcha. Okay, that was all I had.
Shit.
Well,
Alright, man.
If worse comes to worse, the record.
Well, that bar, the fighting pit. No, it was actually kind of the opposite of that. You know, somebody had to hold it together. Muses Alexander. He may have had something to do with it. So, definitely a good candidate.
Is he around?
Yes. He's a bit antsy, so he'll probably enjoy the time out and about.
Good.
Zoltan and I are more sedentary. The rest
Can
of
we
the
hear-
crew, not so much.
Can we hear Clementine say?
You can hear what Clementine is saying, yes. Unless Clementine chooses to try to think.
Mm-mm. Nah.
Clem? What about Lobo? I'm just wondering if maybe someone who's, Holt, this is something that you feel comfortable enough with, but, Lobo has worked security before, so might have something to offer.
I thought the whole point was to bring in someone who had
Oh
a
no,
better
I'm
idea
not.
of what was going on.
Right, no, I'm not saying instead of Gallifrey. I'm saying,
Oh, alongside?
yeah.
Like, Lobo can give someone an ocular pat down. I mean, Bowman's already a pretty good judge of character, but Lobo is too. Stacking him up might not be a bad idea, but you're putting all of your sense motive eggs in one basket.
I feel that Lobo would be better suited guarding the ship. I don't want to remove too many of our assets from...
Yeah, I agree. It's,
It was a good suggestion. It was
we're
worth
spread
weighing,
thin.
but like,
I mean,
he's probably the levelest head on that ship.
unless Alexander, you think you could be spared from the ship for a few hours?
No, thank you.
I think that would be unwise. If they recognized his, it would.
It would be bad.
Just no big deal. Just bring in a mind flayer in.
NBD, he's a friend.
It's okay. He's a buddy.
A mind
Number
flayer
one,
and a paladin.
he slays minds, and number two, he slays pussy.
Watch up, McCavity. Yeah, I don't think. It's like Bowman and Alexander have to have worked together before, right?
Yes, but Bowman probably doesn't know the truth about him.
Oh, okay.
Alexander's race is the best kept secret in Wind City.
I would say I was friends with him for a better part of a decade, and I did.
Like, there are a lot of questions that don't get asked at the library. The library is so inherently transparent, it's the best place to hide something because no one there lies about it. They just tell you, I can't tell you that. Who is Alexander? Why is he in charge of the library? I can't tell you that.
Fair enough.
Alexander then asks, how shall Gallifrey reach you? Will you pick him up, or should we send him along? He can make his way through the world.
Solandrin, do you think it would be alright if, basically we can either go and get Gallifrey, or he can come to us?
I'm not that close to the dreadnought, and I don't think there's a fucking tree left anywhere nearby. So, we could have a pickup point to get somewhere.
That's a good idea. Can Alexander hear Solandra?
No. But you can just say, I relay that information.
I relay that.
He says, very well then. Where shall he meet
you? Somewhere. I'm probably going to go straight to District 4 rather than navigating past the graveyard.
Exactly.
So we should meet him over the wall in District 4.
Very good.
Sounds good.
Do we know where that is? Like a spot that would be...
You can meet him at Gate 3. Holt, you know the place. Or you don't know it, but you can find it.
Easy enough.
Because there are a bunch of gates at the wall for easy travel. Blah, blah, blah.
Alright.
It'll take him like a day to get there.
That works.
Less if he's able to hitch a ride. Which is not based on his ability to hitch a ride. It's based on his ability to find a ride with which to hitch. Like, I feel sorry for any stupid creature that thinks that he's easy prey. Some wolves are like, we're gonna eat you, and he's like, bitch, you fucked up.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Oh, never mind. Well, shit. He knows a spell called Release the Hounds. The wolves are like, we're gonna attack. And he's like, really? I got wolves of my own. Fucking Montgomery Burns style. Push button. Release hounds. So you guys have a day to do whatever you want.
As we,
How long
After
will it
we-
take for us to get to that gate?
Less time. Like
Okay.
It'll take you a couple of, like 6 hours.
Alright.
It's a long walk through an urban environment. Less if you fly or something. Man, do you remember when your flying ship was just a bunch of Helgak attached to a giant metal thing?
I do.
yeah.
Those were simpler times.
Good old days. Remember before we had you trying to find Helgak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So, Holt, there's something else. I might know a way. Grub. I don't know if you were to.
No, I didn't.
And mention if I could power artifacts, might be do it. Problem is we don't know where they are. Mirrors and inside. We know where the mirrors are a lot. But there were her wings.
Okay.
And she doesn't maybe in the city, Marduk City.
Mm-hmm.
Or they could be in your home away from home. In the Hell Jungle.
Oh, right. Huh.
Maybe
I'll
in
give it
the
some thought.
place there where we weren't supposed to go.
I don't think that that's where they would be if they'd be anywhere. Must have been something that we overlooked in her quarters, maybe.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly what you're looking for. What you were looking for.
I'll ask.
I'm already writing up a response.
Thanks.
Oh. Well, the cards are almost certainly there. And her wings were probably buried with her.
Right. I ask.
You ask who? What?
I say, where were you buried?
If she says the graveyard, I'm leaving.
Well.
Undead Kira, no.
Fuck off.
The graveyard has a pull, Holt. Just
Mm.
answer the call.
I guess you're leaving.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye.
I'm gonna need
Maybe
you to go
that's-
to a penalty dungeon.
Is this something that we could make a history?
History roll? A history roll would be possible.
Yeah, probably not. 28.
It sounds reasonable. Sounds reasonable, but you really don't know. Oh, Jesus Christ. A brownie has 7 strength? Motherfucker.
I
You're
propose
little.
nothing. Well, cards, that might be worth a trip.
I think so. They should still be in her room.
How the fuck do we miss that?
We weren't looking for them.
I'm about to say, that's
Probably
the
an
big
easy thing
thing.
to miss.
You really weren't looking for them. You guys saw the mirror, and you were like, fuck yeah, mirror! And nobody even said loot the room.
Well, yeah, the mirror was obscuring all the other magic pretty much around. It was so.
That's true.
Yep.
I remember I tried to use detect magic. It did not go well for me.
I cast detect magic. Ah!
I don't suppose straight into that place. Now look hopefully at Holt.
He wasn't paying attention. What?
I don't suppose you can teleport straight into that place.
I cannot. But you can.
No, I mean generally. All right, I remember the room.
Oh no, you cannot teleport to Gemma's fortress. Like,
I could.
Gemma explicitly warns, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't. Whatever you're thinking about, stop it.
I heard the
It's
word
not-
teleport and fortress, and I'm gonna stop you right there.
If what I think is happening is happening.
That's what I was asking Holt specifically.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's
exactly.
like, yeah, sure, why not? And then Gemma shouts in his ear, "Don't do it!"
No. And you're like, what would happen? And he just says something bad. And you're like, how bad? And he just says catastrophic.
All right, we don't need any more catastrophes on our hands. We will not teleport directly there.
I mean, you could probably teleport somewhere nearby
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that would be fine.
and then like walk your way back there. That's acceptable. Strangely enough, teleporting out also okay. Teleporting in, not okay. Dimension door, okay. Teleport, not okay.
Well,
Blink, okay. Ethereal jaunt, not okay.
Clem, maybe we tree stride there. Plenty of trees outside the fortress.
Sure.
And then we teleport out, so we don't have to navigate our way back.
Okay. Yeah.
I only have one teleport spell. Memorize it.
Halt. Gemma hears them say that, and he just says, "Oh shit, I didn't think about that." I'll just
You didn't think about people having friends.
Well, I mean, he also didn't think about druids. Yeah! I was going to say, fucking, if you don't have it, I do. That being said, new residents have taken up.
We did kind of leave the doors unlocked.
We did.
I mean, there are no doors to lock. Also, there are things that live in the basement.
I thought that those things were going to stay there or return home.
I mean, yeah, but there was also a mind flayer that was making sure that that happened. He's been missing for months. There's been nothing but a bunch of Naga trying to keep that place under control, and also a bunch of other angry outsiders. Who knows who else has showed up since then?
Oh. Good points.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Okay, so we probably don't have the time to before we do the negotiations.
I would say no.
All right, so this will be
Top of the to-do list, assuming that this goes well, which it will. Which it will.
It'll be fine.
Why did you have to say that? Fuck.
I'm being optimistic for once.
No, I'm
Someone
looking
has to.
at Clem. She said it'll be fine. That's like a kiss of death.
Sorry.
You know that that's a fucking kiss of death.
Yeah.
We do have one big advantage for the fortress that we didn't have before. And I reach down quickly and grab McCavity by the scruff of his neck and pull him up to my face. Don't we?
He finally catches on to what's going on, and he gives you a big smile, and he nods, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you do.
Lots of goodies."
It's your boy." This also means if nothing has gone catastrophically wrong, you could make
Catastrophically wrong.
Catastrophically. You could make another dip into the armory.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
And there were only 4 things in there before, but I'm certain it's magically repopulated itself. Shut up. Just trust me. Just go back in. What could possibly go wrong?
You know I know. I know where it is, too.
That's also true.
Well, I
And
hope
you'll
we
be
don't
more
rent.
resistance to the terrible shouting from the creatures within.
Well, just remember,
Oh.
one Glabrezu was able to almost fuck up all our days.
So we'll be careful.
Yep.
And it wasn't one Glabrezu, it was 2.
No, it was one.
Yeah, one that summoned another one, so there was 2. I can count, Solandra!
Yeah, but the summon. I mean, is Clementine 20?
No.
Part of her power is the ability to summon creatures. Same thing for these things. So there was only one when you were, and they make more. That's what
The
they
difference
do.
is my summons go away after a while.
I mean, double summons go away after a while, too. It's just way longer. It's measured in hours, not minutes.
Well, it's definitely worth the trip. We need to get Grub back on his feet.
Oh, alternatively, you could fly the ship there. That's a possibility.
Tempting, but
Yeah, leading Dreadnought straight to Gemma's fortress.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
that could actually...
You could use that as another trap. Just like, don't go in the basement. All our treasure's down there. Oh,
Yeah, that is tempting, but in the graveyard, they didn't have a hook. In Gemma's fortress, remember, Daskius can channel the power of
shit.
But
Gemma.
so can I.
Yeah.
Fight in the fort! Fight in the fort!
Like, Gold's picturing that, and it's glorious.
Yeah, but then there's still Dreadnought to consider.
I'll stick my dick in the Dreadnought.
Mm.
Get my
Like,
approved.
Let's deal with our original plan, which was to have Vindries deal with the Dreadnought. I think she knows what she's planning is a more controllable, understood factor. Once we take it out of play, then the playing field is a lot more, and we can fucking kick their asses.
But you know Daskius will cheat if he gets a chance to, so let's take away everything he can cheat with.
Yep. That's my point exactly.
I know you think that I can't handle this, but I think that I might actually be able...
I'm not saying you can't handle it. I'm saying that's something that you can do only so often. But we already have planned for dealing with the dreadnought people who actually know how to do this. That means you don't have to play that card. You have it to play at some other time. I know how satisfying it would be, but I don't think it's the best game.
And that's why I'm not arguing.
Would be totally awesome, though.
It would be
That's what
totally
he's
awesome.
thinking.
But man, it'd be so cool.
Be wicked as fuck, bro. Oh, baby Jesus. Motherfucker.
Holt totally won. Gemma Keiju fight with Bastion.
Oh.
That's kind of what I sent Reynolds.
It would feel real good. Like real fucking good. Like so goddamn good.
Like, you probably wouldn't even need to God's meld, but what if Gemma would want a taste of that too? He'd be willing to share. So both of them could throw down this pretender.
I think I have settled for what has taken root inside of the fortress. It's my boy.
Oh boy.
We'll worry about that later.
I have a bad feeling. I think I know what you're doing.
I don't know.
All right, we have to deal.
I want to make a guess.
We have to deal with whatever there anyway. So it's still our next stop.
Alright, so you guys gonna go pick up Gallither?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sounds good.
So, Cap,
Yeah.
I have it written down somewhere. Probably you can probably figure it more faster than me. How many days have gone by since we arrived at the Marduk City?
Since you arrived at Marduk City.
Yeah.
I want to say closer to like 10, 11, 12 days.
Yeah, that's around what I.
I would say 12 days. Just under 2 weeks.
You okay? Thank you.
We are at 244 out of 366 days. No, 47.
Ronald, you know why I'm
I don't.
retrain?
Oh, right, yes. Oh, look. Yeah, it's afternoon by the time you find the Crossed Hammers. There's a little tavern outside Gate 3. On Chase Street, near the ruins of an old temple, it burned down. Terrible tragedy. Hundreds dead. Its neighbors include a crowded tavern called the Beggar and Mug. Don't go there. And a workshop of a female dwarf. Also don't go there. Security is tight. The innkeeper is a very old dwarf named Hala Hjornadottir. She's a retired thief, and like on her back wall is a series of like maps and keys of like old hideouts that no longer exist and keys to locks that might never have existed, but she'll spin you a yarn about the capers she pulled off. The population is mostly humans, dwarves, and halflings. 4 humans, 2 halflings, 2 dwarfs, and a half-orc. Chilling out.
This is the District 4 side.
District 4 what?
This is the District 4 side, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little place called the Crossed Hammers. It's an inn in good reputation. We got bounty hunters. We got a priest. We got some rich kid. We got another priest. We got a crafts human. Who is drinking for 2. We got another human. We got another bounty hunter. Just having a day off. We got halfling who is hawking some wares and spinning some yarns about some junk. And another human bounty hunter who is having a conversation with one of the dwarves, but she keeps using words wrong. Like, the Princess Bride. I don't think that word means what you think it means.
In common or dwarven?
In common. Like, she's just like, you ever have someone who's only read words, so they know the context, but they don't know exactly what it means, and they can use it wrong? She's doing that.
Ah.
Like, irregardless. He's got the poison. He's got the herpes. The what? The herpes. Herpes is a venereal disease. It is? Oh. Huh. Anyway, it's a nice place to hunker down for a few hours until Galather shows up sometime tomorrow. And then you motherfuckers will have to move to the meeting site.
We can do that. I'd say giving a pointed glance to the people that can cast tree stride and teleport.
Clementine gives you a finger gun.
Yeah, I think that's either teleport or wind walk. Fuck. Over there.
Local rumors are there is a new orc gang in town. They're a bunch of, they're not, I don't mean like they're a bunch of mean guys. I mean like they run a couple protection rackets, but like for the most part they're straight shooter gangers trying to go pro. And like Holt, you've been there, man. It's hard. You had the privilege of not being in a group. When you're in a group, it's so much more difficult. Because when you're one
balancing
guy,
the reputations of so many people.
Right. Like when you're one guy selling your sword, you're like, okay, I can make this work. But these are like 8 guys selling their axes and like, fuck. Because if you buy one, you got to buy them all. They're a group deal. You know what I mean? Criminy.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Venkus Inson, local weed eater, said he saw a giant with 100 arms, but nobody believes him. The barmaid at the Bloody Hammer was trying... Never just a weed eater. The barmaid at the Bloody Hammer was trying to poison bounty hunters. Who knows what they did?
Really?
Who knows what they did to her, but watch your drinks, kids. Apparently, the Dread Warrens have glowing crystals and bizarre rats growing in them. The rat catchers have been called. Kusitho the Deranged was driven insane by his research. Who saw that coming, am I right? They used to joke that he was crazy. Well, joke's on him. Now he is.
I love District 4.
Apparently the Street Queens put out a hit on him, but the Duke is trying... So the Street Queen put a hit out on him, and now the Duke is either trying to collect or deny her proper payment by killing him first.
What a bastard.
Oh, if we had time, I'd be sorely tempted to take her up on that.
They say the...
Curious what his research...
They say the Street Queen's never reneged on a debt. Then again, nobody knows who the fuck she is. So, like... Someone who might not exist has never not paid someone.
No, I mean, of course she exists. McCavity stole from her.
You know that, but most people don't.
Right.
Yeah, let's hope it's not Auntie.
Oh no, Auntie is not the Street Queen. The Street Queen is nowhere near as nice as her. You look at the Street Queen's apron. Is that a handprint? Don't worry about it.
I'm still not absolutely convinced she's dead.
There's like a 1 in 100 chance she just faked her death. But in any event, unless somebody has something interesting to do besides, you know, hang out, chill out, schmooze,
working on my own research,
have a meal, work on some research, breathe in that atmosphere, the day will pass.
Oh, I have a thing I want to tell Holt, or ask Holt if he wants to be told.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Clementine?
So I discovered some exciting things about your child, if you want to know.
Good exciting?
All good things. But if you'd rather be surprised, that's okay.
Clementine, due to the dangerous nature of our work, it's very likely that I will not live to see this child, so anything you can tell me.
Well, now I don't want to tell you just so you have something to live for.
Clementine! Like, I'm not gonna try to die!
Halt. Roll bluff.
Sure. Fuck you.
I'm just kidding.
7.
I'm not trying to die, probably.
You guys are having a tiefling.
Halt.
He looks very confused. Oh. Okay.
Probably because, actually that doesn't make any genetic sense. Your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandma wasn't a tiefling or something, was she?
Are you having this conversation?
Probably
Yeah.
at one of the, like a table at the bar.
Yeah.
Slandra looks up. Tieflings aren't a biological genetic. It's a taint of planar energy, dark planar energy that changes the biology. So that's his contribution. Point at your head, not yours. Your rider.
Well, I mean, sometimes...
I don't...
Salandra, you're mostly right. Like, sometimes, quote-unquote, tieflingdom can, quote-unquote, skip a generation. But, like, it's genetic in the same way that, like, red hair is genetic. Like...
It's recessive.
Right. It's super recessive, and, like, it is not, like... caused by having a demonic ancestor, but it can be caused by fucking demons. It can also be caused by, like, just performing monstrous acts. Like, if you Vlad the Impaled a bunch of people, you might have a tiefling baby. Just because, holy shit, that's dark.
Actually, that makes some sense. Given the timing of certain things.
Clementine does some quick math. Oh, yeah. Would you like to know if you're having a son or a daughter?
Yeah.
You already gave away. It's not.
What'd you say?
I said you already gave away. It's not from Africa.
Oh, that's true. Sorry. Spoiled that surprise.
Womp womp.
You're having a girl.
Holt's face just kind of lights up and he sits there shocked and a big stupid grin on his face.
Clementine gives him a hug.
Congratulations.
Sal, I'm gonna be a dad.
Dave, I can't exactly detect Solandra's like emotional reaction. That congratulations seemed really sort of perfunctory. Just like a congratulations.
Not perfunctory. It's just like
you chained yourself down to the child. Congratulations, you ruined your life.
Holt wipes like a tear away that's kind of steaming on his cheek and like pats Clementine on the back and then stands up, goes to the bar and puts down a little pouch of gold on the table. Round for everyone on me. I'm gonna be a dad.
Clementine cheers.
I'm about to say their cheers is like 3 cheers for the new pop. I mean, a lot of people don't know how to respond. They look at you and they're like, "Oh God, that thing is having a kid." All right, he's paying for the drinks. We all have to pretend to like him.
Does anyone actually say that?
No.
Holt doesn't give a fuck right now what other people are thinking or saying.
No, nobody says that. But if any of you could read minds, you'd know that someone was thinking it. I'm not gonna say
like
it.
One of my favorite lines in El Dorado. Big smile, like you mean it. When they're playing music for the people that they think are the two gods just hopped into their city.
Right. I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna keep thinking it.
I come up behind Holt. I put a hand on his shoulder. I really do mean it. And I actually give him a hug.
Oh no, your Kira is showing.
Crap. All right. More
Holt
important.
gives you a big 18 strength hug back. He was not expecting that.
How could be so good at hugging?
Oh, right, yeah, elf. Let's go.
More important. If anything happens to you, I'm still around. I'll make sure that she's taken care of. Okay?
Thank you so much, Sal.
Yeah.
That means so much. If anything happens to me, I'm gonna be very far gone.
If anything happens to it's not necessarily a surefire bet, but if it happens, then you have my word.
Thank you. But I'm gonna try really hard to not let that happen.
I will too. Hey, fuck,
She's what?
she's probably gonna need a TV.
That's true.
That's true. That's what Clementine said. Magic.
Yeah, she's gonna put us all to shame.
I mean, unless she's like fucking into the earth. I just give Clementine a self-mocking smile.
Mm.
I am going to enjoy today. And nothing is going to take that from me.
Good. You deserve it.
Halt, you party hard.
Yep. Can I choose to fail my fortitude save?
You can't.
Damn it.
Normally I'd give it to you, but you're different.
That's true. 27.
Oh.
Damn it. You're too strong.
I am. Doesn't stop me from trying, though.
God, no. But, eventually, night falls, sleep is had. You guys go to gate 3, and you notice an elf that is very old who comes through with his shamisen. He seems pretty well rested for having, like, walked for a whole day, especially at his age.
Hail, man. Long time no see.
Hey, Sal. Nice to see you.
I actually walk over to him and give him a quick kiss on the cheek.
Allow me. He takes your hand and like holds it between his two hands, and you experience that dysphoria that comes whenever you touch anyone that's a member of your family, and he's just like, "Oh shit, sorry."
Fuck, not used to that.
My bad. My mistake. And he looks at you, Clementine, and says, "The fair folk of your district are still as fine as they were when I left.
Aren't they wonderful?
They are fantastic." Wait, Clem, do you know what he means by fair folk?
Presumably like the Fae.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure that you caught that.
Yeah. Paige is a big old fairy nerd and knows that you can never come.
Oh, hey, I went back to the homelands.
Really? How is it?
After I left you. What a bunch of fucking dicks.
Right?
Man. Oh, it sucks.
Let's just say my exile may not be self-imposed, but not too far. Yeah.
Well, they made us jump through a fucking ridiculous, kind of disturbing and
They made us hunt down a Baloth to get out of the wilds.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a crying shame.
it's kind of like killing a whale. You know, it's just, just a big, dumb, innocent thing.
Right? Like, it doesn't understand what's happening to it. And I mean, like, think of all the insects it feeds. Those things are life itself. Hunting one down is almost a crime against nature.
And so the Ixnay on the, I look over it. My eyes go towards Clementine.
He gives Clem. He gives you a soft expression, but like, you know, he should. It's true, and he should say it.
Yeah.
What's that line from Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines? When Nines Rodriguez.
No amount of ego in the world.
That's a good one. The other one I was thinking of is Nines Rodriguez gets up and says, "This is bullshit." to be succinct and experience brevity.
Yeah, that was a good.
The voice acting delivery in that game is so good.
Who plays Jack? Jack's voice.
John DiMaggio. He's also the voice
Really?
of Jake the dog. Yes.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is a better game than it has any right
to be. Whenever you bring it up, someone starts playing it again.
I played it too many times already.
Yeah, someday I'm gonna play it again, but I got really frustrated when my computer crashed and I lost all my progress.
Oh, dude, I've been there, man. I have tried.
That game has some nasty things too. Stuck in walls. Ugh.
I've gotten to disc 4 2 times on Legend of the Dragoon and lost it both times. Ugh. But, anyway. So, how are you going to arrange this travel? How are you going to get to Bowman and then get to what you presume to be the meeting place? I mean, they can't be too far from the terminus.
Well,
we can tree stride to Bowman easily enough.
and then we can teleport the rest of the way.
Fair enough.
Not going to teleport directly into the area where the... Yeah, but close enough. I've already teleported to sort of the outskirts once.
So for the sake of brevity, that happens. You go into District 3. Security between 3 and 4 is lax. Mostly because of the partial governmental collapse, but also because, like, fucking... both sides don't consider the other one to be a threat. You know what I mean? Like, from 5 to 4, there's like, whoa, no, there are press gangs and all sorts of fucked up bullshit going on right now. No one's allowed to go in or out without papers. But between 3 and 4, like, all the people in District 3 are like, oh, they're just a bunch of rabble and bounty hunters. Who cares? Let them come through if they want. We can handle them if they cause a ruckus. Meanwhile, in District 4, they're like, oh, they're just a bunch of soft fucking pencil pushers. They have to obey laws and deal with rules. Like, they can't survive over here. Let them come through if they want. We're not responsible for what happens to them once they cross this threshold. Funny how that works. You guys go across, find a tree, walk in, come out in the garden, find Bowman.
Is the timing right now? Are we close to the 3 days?
Yeah, actually. Like, 2 days have passed, and then, like... So the one night that passed was, like, a day. So you guys
because Bowman doesn't want to be there for too long.
Right. Like, well, when you guys teleport there, they'll be a few hours before they show up, and then there'll be a few hours for negotiation, and then you can go back.
Okay.
No matter what, it works. I say it. Deus Vult.
Deus Vult.
Deus Vult.
Deus Vult infidels.
Deus Vult heretics. Can you hit our memes channel with a trebuchet meme?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. So, you pick up Bowman. He makes an excuse. And then you guys teleport to the terminus.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So you guys are just chilling out, waiting for the gang to show up.
I'm gonna make my fairy ring retreat.
All right, and Holt, Bowman, all scout the area and make sure.
All right.
Oh yeah, you guys got a few hours. You check it out. There's nothing going on.
It's a whole lot of nothing.
There is a whole fucking lot of it. That being said, the soil looks like it has cancer.
That's great.
Oops.
We tell Bowman this is the weapon.
Gallither just comments, I ain't seen something like this for a long time. And Bowman simply remarks, I'm glad we're here. We have to stop this.
Yeah.
Let's go inside, Clems. Wow, fucking awesome.
Thanks.
Absolutely fucking awesome.
Gallither comments, someone should stay out. Keep watch.
Yeah. Whoever is should wear these. I think I need to go in at least to show something to Bowman. Clem, do you mind taking the first watch?
Mm-mm.
I hand over the goggles.
I put them on and tried very hard not to look at the soil.
So you guys go into the fairy ring and you realize there might be problems. That's not what it's supposed to look like.
It's not.
No. It's supposed to be
Oh.
vibrant and happy and green.
Oh, that's wrong. That's incorrect.
Oh, shit.
Is it that swampy?
It's not supposed to be that swampy.
So we're not actually in the... we're outside the radius of magic, I thought. Is where we teleported to. Did we do the retreat in the area?
Yes.
Crap.
That is what I assumed.
Yeah, I meant to do it outside. Yeah, I selected it.
Well, we're here now.
Yep.
Well, I mean, like, this is where they want to have the meeting.
Yep. Fuck. Alright, can we work with this?
I think we
here?
have to.
Well, I mean... These things show up, and you realize maybe we should go.
What the fuck are those?
I don't know. But they are numerous.
How big are they?
So oh wow, it's actually just one of them. It's like 18 feet tall, 24 feet long. But that's like, its height and length are deceptive because of the spindliness of its limbs. Like, it doesn't actually have as much like power as you would suspect. But
It's just tall.
it's just tall and large, but like most of that is just like spindle. You have no idea what the fuck that is, but there's like 30 of the goddamn things. And then the glowing red eyes appear from the trees and the screeching begins. And that's when Gallither starts running.
Yeah.
It's like he looks at all this shit and he just says, oh, fuck that, I'm out. And like Bowman looks at the two of you and says, are we fighting or are we running?
I think we're running.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sorry, gang. Opening up a fairy circle in this area is a bad idea. It is a no bueno. You are
Everyone out.
You are in a toxic zone.
Fuck.
Whoopsie doozle.
Look, we didn't know that was gonna happen.
This is true. You did not know that was going to happen. None of you have ever experienced anything like this before.
Great spell.
Do we manage to,
Unfortunately, this was probably the crappy place to do it. Whack. Slander hits her head a couple times.
Sorry, did you guys come out of the ring?
very hurriedly.
Oh shit, sorry.
Not your fault.
No, we're not. We just can't go in there.
I'll turn it off.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Boop.
Like, there's just a fairy circle with a bunch of red eyes peeking out from within the mushrooms. They can't get out, nor should you go in.
What do they look like with the goggles, Clem?
I look at them.
I'm sorry for any wisdom damage you're about to incur.
You know what? I gotta go with my big boy. Clem, it beckons. It's reaping time.
Oh!
You know what they say, you reap what you sow, and it's harvest time.
You know what they say, you shouldn't have killed that fucking Bailoff guy is angry. Oh my lord.
You know what they say, you shouldn't have done that.
I fall on my ass and take off the goggles. Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
You ever drink a big old fucking glass of Mistachios?
Every day of my life.
Woo!
And then just follow it up with a big old nope.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to come up with something.
Okay.
You say as the parties approach.
I think we're just gonna have to have it right here.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay. No, I've run into a bit of a snag. I can't remember which gnome is from which city.
I do!
Let me guess first. Zeriod is from Ankara and Dozir is from Janam, right?
Yes.
Woo! So Zeriod shows up. She has some friends. Sorry, they have some friends. And this guy.
Oh, that's a big boy.
And Dozir has this person, this gal, who is evidently a cleric of Bokob, and this guy.
Not him.
Oh, it's him.
It's him?
It's him!
Oh,
Ooh.
I put one hand on Holt's shoulder.
Holt, you're gonna have to stow that murder boner.
Not the time and place. We are preaching. We are preaching about forgiveness and
Yes,
tolerance.
we are. And I am just cracking my knuckles because it feels good and I need to do it.
Yes. Yes. Believe me, I want to do the same thing. I actually have a spell I would love to use on him. Oh well.
Oh, we're thinking peaceful thoughts.
And they are also joined by two humans I couldn't find good art of.
Better angels.
One of which is like sort of gunslingery. He's got one of those Frank Marlin specials. And the other one has a tail. But it's like hiding under a set of robes. But like it's clearly evident. Like you can't. It doesn't matter how big your sorcerer's robes are. If you got a tail, they're gonna see it, man.
Hey, the chick with the Janamian delegation. Is she one of Kira's?
The
Bokob.
cleric of Bokob? No.
Oh, all right. I thought there was a cleric of Bokob and then a paladin cleric.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, technically, the third illustration is a cleric.
Okay.
Ask them what they worship. They've got pamphlets. And that guy up top there, that dwarf. Oh geez, does anybody have knowledge engineering?
Yes.
Yeah, sir.
Give me that knowledge engineering.
18.
Plus 15. Yeah. 25.
Yep, you both recognize that as a Duragar.
Yes.
It is a deep dwarf. Deep dwarves are generally a little bit more cruel just because their living conditions are more desperate. It just happens. Pushed to your brink, you have to do awful things to survive. And this Duragar looks old as fuck.
And he's carrying power hammers.
Yep. But he stows the backpack, like he leaves it, like everyone comes near and they all look at each other. And they all just sort of stow their weapons and toss them aside and leave, like they leave them around, but they are like disarmed when they approach the table. When I say table, I mean Dozier and Zeriod magically and technologically conjure some tables. Dozier,
Ambassadors, before we start, I would like to introduce you to two luminaries who we invited to help facilitate negotiations. Some of you may recognize Commander Bowman, District 3. He is a sworn paladin of Marduk, and his word and honor beyond even my reproach. And Galathar Batalis, who until recently was helping with the reconstruction of District 4. So these are certainly neighbors and parties and people of great knowledge and wisdom who deeply, deeply wish for these negotiations to succeed.
Sounds good. And we will begin these negotiations next time on the Septemport game. Everybody gets 5,000 experience points for a good session.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone.
Yay.
Welcome back to Septemport.